O with the info.
I got the profit up, I always double up. Cash up, and apply the pressure.
A new analysis of data shows that more American men are staying out of the workforce to take care of children. Let's take a look by the numbers. According to a Bloomberg report, 88.5% of prime working age men between 25 to 54 were either working or looking for work last month, based on Bureau of Labor Statistics data. That's down from 91% in 1995 at a peak in 1955 of 97.6% of prime working age men in or looking to join the workforce. Men leaving the workforce for caregiving responsibilities has grown in that time, with census data showing that men accounted for 5% of the 1/5 of U.S. families with a stay-at-home parent. That's up from about 1% in the mid-90s. But government data may actually underestimate the trend, as other surveys show a more significant change when using wider categories. Pew Research Center surveys found 2.1 million stay-at-home dads by 2021, which is equal to about 18% of all stay-at-home parents, and up from 10% in 1989. Pew also found that 23% of men out of the workforce said that they left to care for children, compared to 13% for job loss, 34% for disability, and 20% for being in school or retired. And of course, the disruptions of the pandemic changed divisions of labor in many American homes, even when both parents are working. In 2021, men averaged 1.91 hours a day caring for household members, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics data. That's up from 1.62 hours in 2019, but that is still below the 2.39 hours that women spend a day on average caring for family. American men are staying.
What to do? It's your man, Mr. O with the info, giving what you need to know, but you ain't here for me though. So, I just looked at an article from Bloomberg regarding the status of men leaving the workforce in mass numbers. Prime age men between the ages of 25 to 54. And basically, they're saying college educated men basically are in the workforce, and the non-college educated men with high school diplomas, you know what I'm saying? They're saying that they're basically dropping out of the workforce, the rat race of the workforce, because of social status. So, in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, basically, it was pushing go and get a college degree and basically get into these corporate institutions with college degrees and other certifications. And that has been going on decline, because majority of men that was working from the 1980s or even till now was in the trades and manufacturing, when America was actually manufacturing goods throughout the whole entire globe. But since manual hard labor, constructing, building, creating, is basically being replaced with technology, robotics, automation, and what have you. A lot of men are basically stuck at a crossroads in years past. It used to be 70 years ago, you could come to a city like Chicago and basically work at a stockyard or power plant, automotive plant. At that time, could make about 30K, which is an equivalent of 100K in the 1950s and 60s. And you could actually raise a whole entire family off of that manufacturing job. Sure, you had to probably put 30 years in hard backbreaking labor, but a lot of men of them years actually passed down homes, other material goods of wealth that basically could have been used to make better outcomes for future generations. Unfortunately, in America, that did not primarily happen, especially in the community. So now we have in the media people basically looking at late Gen X men, millennials, and now the rise of Gen Z men going to the workforce and saying that we are too lazy, we don't want to work, we not trying to go the extra mile. The thing is though, what has we been offered but lies? We have been told that having a college degree, basically a bachelor's, even a minimal associate's, started bachelor's. Having a bachelor's degree and you still had to go into the career field. What career fields do we actually have in America that's actually have longevity and good staying power, that's actually beneficial for this country? I'll wait. Gone are the days when a hard-working man, man that got out the mud, wake up from sun up to sundown, go into some of these high, stressful, dangerous professions. Coal miners or ditch diggers, or even in metropolitan cities, your police officers, firefighters, construction workers, plumbers, electricians. These type of men are not getting compensated for the skills and labor that they have. And on top of that, them professions are actually having a very low percentage of people actually get into them type of fields because it's not being offered like that. And if it is being offered, it's not being offered at a high mass, especially for men of a certain color. Speaking of that, men of a certain color, aka black men, we basically been tried again, tried some more. First, if we're not working, we either the dregs of society, and while we are working, we're not making enough, we're not creating nothing, we're not building nothing. Two things can't be true at the same time. But we're gonna look at one issue: opportunities. Where are they? Yeah, they're gonna say there's jobs everywhere. Do you really want to go back to working a 40, 50, 60-hour work week in some of these places that's not even paying you above minimum wage, let alone a livable wage? I mean, $22 an hour in certain cities is pretty good money, but with inflation and cost of living, that $22 an hour, $25 an hour, you need to make at least 60, 70. And then there's time. Yeah, time waits for no man. So you gotta put in 60, 70 hours a week, not alone sleep. Then you still gotta take care of your other living habits, bills. Gotta go grocery shopping. And Lord forbid, if you're not a bachelor like myself and you have a family, good luck with that. I mean, we're men though, men make it work. And salute to those men that do. But, this is 2022. And we see what we had to go through. 2023 right around the corner. It's going to get even more harsher, more financially straining. I know. Maybe I'm coming off a little complaining. Maybe I'm a lazy dude that don't want to go ahead and just keep it a buck. But I'm going to say it like this. You do not want to overwork yourself, especially if it's not for yourself. Yeah, go and put 30, 40 years in the company making somebody else rich. Only when you go ahead and retire or stop working. And shout out to Black Round 313 for that great advice about slow quitting, because it looks like you got to get on your ground for yourself out here. And hopefully you can find like-minded men and y'all can build together and start going to the rat race of trying to be a good old boy and punching the clock. But that's just my thoughts. Me, I want to go ahead and salute to the tradesmen, dudes that got skills. I'm trying to go get my skills up because I won't work for nobody else but myself. And hopefully I can work with guys that won't work for themselves. We actually work together. The dawn of a new black man It's here. We gotta be Renaissance men out here. You can't just rely on one job, one skill no more. But that's just my thoughts. And I'll go ahead and drop a link in the description of that article detailing about prime age men, 25 to 54. Look, we out here, we working. It's just that what's the whole point of working? The decline of society that look down upon working men. Oh, that's another thing. A man can have a job, especially in community. Well, whether it be your security guards, plumbers, Uber drivers, anything legit, it's looked down upon if it ain't bringing in bigger bucks. $100,000 back in the 1980s is basically $300,000 now. And how many brothers is actually making $300,000 legitly first? Yeah, bro, we gotta make that 300 grand or more. Kevin Samuels was right. We gotta go ahead and get on our grind. We want to go ahead and be that high value man, want to shine. Even I was against that so-called high value man talk, but I had to go ahead and rethink it, reform it, reshape it, remold it, and try and find a way to make it into the actual thing he was trying to say. Yeah. If we want that respect, black man, we got to go ahead and put on the grind. That means we got to go ahead, work for ourselves, build ourselves up, get new skills, and try to go ahead and build a better black community. Because this one right now, I don't know what's going on. A lot of motherfuckers need therapy, need a hug. But it's your man, Mr. O, with the info, giving what you need to know. But you ain't here for me, though. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you'd like to go donate to this piece of work into my channel, you can sock it to my pocket at MISTERO $ at Cash App. And I'll holler at you.
Mr. O with the info.